speak up a little. I think you might have a little trouble hearing me because I'm motherfucker over here mowing his grass. But let me just check on it real quick, see how bad it is. It's too bad I can't move, but dang. I was trying to move if I didn't need to. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's all right. You can hear me just fine. All right, bet. So UFC Vegas 30. Uh, it's going to be Cyril Gane versus Alexander Volkov in the main event. Starting off the main card, I didn't do the Kennedy and Swatsu. Uh, I didn't predict that fight because I didn't want to have to say his name 50 fucking times in the video, and I can't pronounce his name. And to be completely honest, the other guy's name not that easy to pronounce either. So fuck that fight. It's gonna be a great fight. Everybody watch out for that fight. But I'm not previewing. I'm gonna preview and start off with Hanato Morikano versus Jay Herbert. Morikano is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, black belt in Muay Thai. 14-4-1, 7 wins by submission, 7 by decision, no wins by knockout. 3 out of 4 of his losses are via knockout, and he's 1-3 since 2019. All 3 losses are knockout losses. Jose Aldo, the Korean Zombie Chain Sung Jung, and Rafael Fizev. Uh, and that one win was against Damir Hadzovic. He's also got wins over Cub Swanson, Kelvin Cater, and Jeremy Stevens in his career. Herbert is 0-1 in the UFC. He's got a knockout loss to Francisco Trinaldo in his debut. He is. What's up, Bean? Hell yeah. What's happening, Bean? Jay Herbert 0-1. Lost Francisco Trinaldo 10-2 in MMA. His only other loss was a knockout loss to Hayes McKee. That was in Cage Warriors prior to the UFC. He's a young kid. Probably going to have a bright future. I think Hanato Morikano was a bad fight for him. Morikano was supposed to fight somebody else. Backed out of the fight, and now he's fighting Herbert. So I think smart money's on Morikano. Morikano's minus 190 as the favorite. I think that's accurate in this one. Andre Fili's taking on Daniel Pineda this weekend. Fili 21-8, 1-2 since 2020. His only win was a split decision win over Charles Jourdain. Arguably could have lost that fight as well. 9 out of 21 of his wins via knockout. He's got wins over Miles Jury, Dennis Bermudez, and Artem Lobov. Pineda is going to come in with a 4-inch reach and a 4-inch height disadvantage, 27-14-2. So which means he has 43 professional fights to Fili's 29. Pineda is 1-1 since returning to the UFC. Knockout win over Herbert Burns, and then a knockout loss to Cub Swanson in his last fight. 18 out of 27 of his wins via submission, and he is 0-5 by decision. Andre Fili's got good submission defense, and he's got great cardio. Pineda's got knockout power, though, and, Fili's shown that he's got a great chin, but he struggles a little bit with power strikers. Kind of just depends, man. If Pineda gets to him early, I could see it going to Pineda. If Fili can withstand that first round, I think he's got the cardio to outlast him in the second and third round. So I wouldn't bet on this one. This one is plus 160 for Pineda. I don't think that's intriguing enough to put any money down on. So I'm going to pick Andre Fili, but I would not be surprised if Daniel Pineda knocks him out in the first round. Tanner Boser will be taking on Ovince St. Preux. I think another short notice fight. I should be writing down who the short notice fights were against or who dropped out of the fights. But let's see. Because he was supposed to have a fairly, let's see. Ed Herman, no. Oh, it was supposed to be OSP versus Maxim Gresham. And then Boser stepped in to replace Gresham because of visa issues. Boser just fought, so I guess he's trying to ride high on this one against OSP. 19-8-1. He's coming in as a minus 135 underdog. He's on a 2-fight losing streak at the moment. Losing decisions to Andrei Arlovski and then Ilir Latifi, which the Latifi fight was extremely close. A lot of people thought Boser won that fight. He's got 10 wins by knockout. He's only been knocked out once in his career, and that was by Tim Hague in in 2015 prior to him getting into the UFC. He's never been submitted, and he's going against OSP, who's famous for the OSP choke or the Von Flute choke. 25-5, 20 finishes, 12 knockouts, 8 submissions. He lost his last fight by knockout to Jamal Hill, and he is 1-2 since 2020. I think Boser has more knockout power than Jamal Hill, in my opinion. I don't think he'll be as quick, but I think if OSP can get this fight to the ground, it's OSP's for the taking. So I'm going to have to go in St. Preux. I like the old guys. I like the throwback guys. And in this fight, it's really can OSP withstand the power punching of Tanner Boser early in the fight? Because if OSP could tire him out at all and get this fight to the ground, I think his submission is almost. I'm going to go underdogs. Really close fight there. I'm going to go OSP as underdog. If OSP wins, Boser might be in trouble, man. Boser went from being one of the most promising heavyweight prospects to 3-fight losing streak. You know, it's hard to keep your job on a 3-fight losing streak. So we'll see what happens to him in his next fight. These people sound like they're getting like in our yard, like closer and closer, and I'm fucking in my yard here. Like, we don't need our yard cut, bro. Main event: Cyril Gane, Alexander Volkov. Make sure it's not that bad. Yeah, it's not that bad. Gane 8-0 against Volkov, who is 33-8. So 41 professional fights to 8 professional fights. Gane, of course, training partner to Francis Ngannou. Amazing power, amazing grappling abilities. 5-0 in the UFC. His most key wins are decision wins over Rosenstruck, Jairzinho Rosenstruck, knockout over Junior Dos Santos, and then a unanimous decision over Tanner Boser. Volkov, 3 wins by knockout, 3 wins by submission. Volkov coming to the fight with 22 wins out of his 33 by knockout. He's on a 2-fight winning streak at the moment with knockouts over Walt Harris and Alistair Overeem. He's 7-2 in the UFC. His only losses are to Derek Lewis, which was a last-second knockout. Alexander Volkov was beating Derek Lewis up the whole fight. 5-round fight, every second of the fight. And at the last second, Derek Lewis threw a bomb. It landed. Volkov got knocked out. And the other loss was a unanimous decision loss to Curtis Blades, who's a very, very dominant grappler. Not only a dominant grappler, but also very, very similar in size to Volkov. Volkov have a little bit of a size advantage over Gane. I'm going to go Volkov. Plus 125. I know it's not big odds. I wouldn't put any money down on it because it's kind of pointless. But Alexander Volkov's got a great chance here. Gane has fought the highest level of competition. Gane has fought to old Junior Dos Santos and Jairzinho Rosenstruck, which is good. But, I mean, Volkov has won Bellator heavyweight titles. He's came to the UFC, and he's fought all sorts of UFC veterans and knocked out Walt Harris and Alistair Overeem. And he's been in there with Derek Lewis and Curtis Blades. I mean, this guy's got a crazy amount of experience over Gane, and I think his striking is going to be able to get it done in the main event this weekend. Kennedy and Schwartzu, like we were talking about earlier, is fighting Danilo Marquez on the main card. Is obviously, I mean, unless they change it before Saturday. On the prelims will be Hani Barcelonis versus Tamir Vailev, Shkavat Rashkamanov versus Michel Perseris, Tim Means against Nick Dalby, and Nick Dalby again another short notice replacement. Marcin Prashanto versus Isaac Villanueva, Julia Avila versus Julia Stolarenko. Charles Rosa will be fighting Justin James, Yancy Medeiros versus Damir Hadzovic. Wally Alves is going against Jeremiah Wells, Cage Fury Fighting Championship title holder. And then Tim Elliott versus Sue Maragidi. All right, I'm going to say the Tim Elliott fight and the Charles Rosa fight were not on the betting the odds website. So I don't know if those are official or if those are actually going to happen. But we will see. I've seen a light come on. Now it went off. That's strange. All right. Well, that's it. Let's see. I think we have a pay-per-view not this weekend, but next weekend. Just make sure. Ultimate Fighter. I want to get everybody out of here within the next 10 minutes so they can go watch the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, we're taking a break. They got a break for 4th of July weekend. They won't have an event. The following weekend, July 10th, they got UFC 264, McGregor versus Poirier. Gilbert Burns versus Stephen Thompson will be the co-main. Greg Hardy, Tai Tuivasa. Sean O'Malley is going to be fighting Louis Smoke on the card. That's a really good card from top to bottom. The main event of the early preliminary card is Ryan Hall versus Ilia Topuria. So, just to tell you how much depth it has, the main event of the preliminary card is Carlos Condit versus Max Griffin. So, now we got to take a week off. Nobody likes taking a week off, but that's how it goes, man. You know, it happens every now and then. We got to have that build up to the Conor McGregor card. They ain't gonna have a Conor McGregor card without having at least a week's build up, so they can promote, have shit on social media for mad long building up to that fight. So until next time, next Tuesday, bad at signing off, so I'm just gonna end it. You know how it is. Stay barbecue, motherfuckers. Bean, don't listen to me cursing if you're still on here. My bad. I love you.